Welcome to a special edition of the AgriNovus Indiana Ag Bioscience Podcast. I'm Mitch Frazier, President and CEO of AgriNovus Indiana, and delighted today to be joined for a special presentation, one with the winner of our 2021 AgriNovus Producer-Led Innovation Challenge. I'm joined by Dr. Manal Elarab from Regrow. Manal, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you for having us. We're so excited that we were part of the competition and we won. So yay, Regrow.
Yes, congratulations to Regrow. So excited to jump into your story, jump into the Regrow story, and ultimately the solution you created to solve a real challenge for Indiana producers. Now let's walk through that challenge just a bit. So we had teams from all over the country competing alongside Manal and her team at Regrow to try to address a challenge that is really upfront or really facing Indiana producers, and that is around carbon markets. These carbon markets typically trade on platforms like Nori, Truterra, Bear, a number of other platforms where producers assemble all of their data, validate what's happening on their farm, and then that data becomes the substantive source to validate carbon credits in the open market. The challenge that Indiana producers shared with us was not the market itself, but it was managing all of the data, aggregating all the data from across different pieces and parts of the farming operation across multiple years to really get into a place that made participating in those carbon markets possible. Now you can imagine all of the data that exists across a production farm. It's challenging. It's extremely challenging, extremely manual laden. And the challenge we set out with Indiana producers, thanks to our friends at the Indiana Corn Marketing Council and the Indiana Soybean Alliance, was, hey, take all of this data, see what you can do to make this the least manual intensive possible to get all of our data ready to participate in a carbon market. And Manal, your team did it exceedingly well. Indiana producers, Indiana farmers named your team the winner. So let's first jump into Regrow. If you could, Manal, tell us a little bit about Regrow and the work that you do and maybe even how you tackled this challenge.
Absolutely. So Regrow came to life earlier this year. We're a company that is a result of two companies that merged, Fluorosat and Dakin. The merger happened earlier this year and Regrow was born. Regrow had to be born because it takes agronomy, an understanding of the sustainable sciences around how much you're actually sequestering and how's your soil health. So everything related to agronomy and everything related to carbon had to come together to create Regrow. We've been working with growers for the past 4 years. Both companies have, and Regrow is. We've always believed that agriculture, ever since we were assisting growers and advisors on how can they use less fertilizers and how they can use precision ag and the intelligence and the agronomy and the information coming from imagery and their farm management system to better do their practice, so they can become more resilient and they can do what's best for their business, as well as make sure that they're doing what's best for their soil. So Regrow as a company is a very exciting place to work for me. It's actually, I'm heading to my 2-year anniversary with Fluorosat. Started with them October of 2 years ago. So it's been an awesome journey personally and something that really aligns with what everybody is looking forward to.
Manal, I love the story. I love the background. And I think you hit it so well is producers themselves are, they care about the environment. They care about sustainability. And to give them the opportunity to achieve that obstacle or to achieve that objective rather, while still focusing on the farm is something that really came out as a highlight in your solution. Being able to take all these manual data processes and make them as automated as possible with quite a few quality checks along the way. If you could maybe explain the Regrow solution to those that may be unfamiliar with it.
Absolutely. So Regrow is a platform. We've got a platform that a grower can use to enroll. So the first step of them being engaged and taking a chance at trying to make the best out of this potential new stream of revenue for them is to be able to enroll. So our platform allows these growers to bring in their data that exist on their farm management system. and explore what is their potential. If they select a certain practice, how much they can sequester, and see what is the financial potential of that. So it gives them an idea about using the data that they have, exploring what are the options that they can see in front of them, and giving them the option as well to join a specific program that has certain eligibility requirements and has a price for their carbon. So it's a tool that is very farmer friendly for the enrollment process. Then they transition and they're going to experience our MRV solution, our solution for monitoring and measuring, verifying and reporting, all the way for that that commitment that they did and that soil health decision that they made, all the way until it becomes an asset that they could be paid for.
It is one of the highlights. We're talking with Dr. Manal Elarab from Regrow about the 2021 Indiana Producer-Led Innovation Challenge. Her team at Regrow won the challenge, and all this ability to be able to forecast or to be able to see what the credit actually could be across multiple different platforms, across multiple different markets, was really a competitive differentiator for you. I'm eager to hear, how'd you find out about the Producer-Led Innovation Challenge, and what was really that piece that tipped you and your team over the edge and said, we're going to go for this and we're going to go to win?
Well, what excites us about the challenge is that it was farmer driven. It really posed the right questions. And I would reflect back to the first session that we had. There was a lot of people on that Zoom meeting, and you guys opened the stage for the growers. And I do remember, actually, I remember our team brainstorming after that session and being like, what are the 4 things that we heard as issues from growers? There was the data problem. I remember a grower mentioned, like, my data is existing over 5 different platforms. I use my John Deere, I have my Climate, I have other accounts that I'm using. And I've changed over the past 4 years. I myself, as a farmer, has transitioned through 2-3 accounts. Another grower comes and says, I don't think this market is well fit for us. What is eligibility? What does make me, how is this competitive? Does this actually make sense agronomically? So that first session really excited the team because the innovation, the challenge itself was hitting the problem, diving straight into it and really explaining it from the perspective of the grower. And that's what really motivated us to do what we do and to build a solution that accounts for, the scenario that the grower posed. I remember he said, my data exists on different platforms. What do I do? We're like, okay, great. Our solution, you're able to connect when you log in, you're able to connect with your farm management system and bring in that data. So you don't have to sit down and manually put in all of the information again. So that recycling of data is something that we truly believe that could sprint your enrollment and make this a real opportunity for you to assess.
Really, really powerful. As we look at the difference in Regrow and we look at all the pieces and parts that make your solution the winning solution, I think it is important to identify, and Manal, I love that you highlighted this. This was producer driven, and AgriNovus Indiana last year launched our first ever producer-led innovation challenge. And the thesis was really this: in Indiana, we have really bright, progressive producers, and we have a really bright, progressive, future-focused tech community. And how do we bring those two worlds together? This Indiana Producer-Led Innovation Challenge, brought to you by AgriNovus Indiana, was really the catalyst to make those two pieces come together and get to solutions like this. Manal, I want you to step back, if you would, and just kind of look to the future. As you look at the future of your work with Regrow, and particularly how you can work with producers here in Indiana, what's the future look like?
It looks very exciting because it's not a technology or a solution looking for a problem. Actually, we are in a situation where the problem is defined. We want the growers to understand the impact of these practices on soil health. We want them to be resilient. We want to facilitate that knowledge, that education. We want to facilitate them to explore if this is good for them. We want to provide the tools that allows them to do the math of, okay, let's say I want to explore planting a cover crop. Let me actually go through how much it's going to cost me and how much do I have to terminate it and everything. So putting down the agronomical information, understanding and respecting all the decisions that the grower need to make in order to be part of this opportunity. So our goal is to provide all the tools to facilitate that, to provide the tools that is driven by scientific models, driven by modeling capability that's transparent, independent, world-class. So we give the grower a real opportunity at one, understanding soil health, because this is very fundamental, and that's a big mission that drives us, and also exploring being part of this opportunity for them to enhance and be part of fighting climate change, as well as reflecting back on their own resilience and them doing the right thing by their crops and their soil.
Very, very good. We're talking about Dr. Manal Elarab from Regrow, and the winner of the 2021 AgriNovus Producer-Led Innovation Challenge. Now, Manal, you've done a lot of great work technically, but there's also just some elation, I think, that we can share here. So as the winner of the Producer-Led Innovation Challenge, you're taking home a check for $25,000. You're taking home consulting hours from Sikich, a wonderful advisory and accounting firm, and you're taking home hours from the Plaid Agency, an incredible Indiana-based creative agency. Feels like a pretty good day, Manal. Feels like a pretty good day.
Oh yeah, we're so thrilled to use all of those resources. We're really very proud of winning this challenge. We're very proud of the relationships that we've built throughout this challenge. We're very privileged to have had the opportunity to work with these growers, to hear their perspective, to hear their feedback. That's something we highly value. The marketing team is very excited about the consultancy capability that we won. So everybody's happy, the science, the growers, the marketing. So it's a happy day.
Oh, it's good. It is good. Dr. Manal Elarab, Regrow, I cannot thank you enough, and congratulations to you and to your entire team on winning the 2021 AgriNovus Producer-Led Innovation Challenge. Really, really a delight to work with you. And I know we're just getting started. This is going to be the first of many conversations, of many interactions you and the team have here in Indiana. I'm confident.
Thank you. We're looking forward to it. Thank you, Mitch. Thank you for everyone who put the challenge together. We're looking forward for more opportunities to work together.
Manal, you are so welcome. And again, congratulations to you. Congratulations to the entire team on behalf of our team at AgriNovus Indiana. Also, huge thanks to the Indiana Corn Marketing Council, the Indiana Soybean Alliance, the Banjo Corporation, and many, many others all across Indiana and candidly across the country who have come together to really unite the power of producers and technology to solve real challenges. Manal highlighted it exceedingly well. The problem has been defined, i.e. the challenge has been defined. It's up to us to unite our efforts to bring that solution and to bring it right here in Indiana. Manal, again, congratulations to you and your team. And on behalf of the entire AgriNovus Indiana team, thank you for joining us for the Ag Bioscience Podcast. We look forward to seeing you real soon.